Hey guys, it's Alma here making another video, and as you can tell, I am quite exposed in this video, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm also not wearing any makeup, and hair's in a bun, so looking cute was not my objective in this video. But before I get into this video and this topic, I wanted to go back to my previous video and talk about, that a little bit. So I am much better now. I went through, like I said, a scary night at the ER, and I'm okay though. But it was a very traumatic experience for me, so I have been dealing with a bit of anxiety this week. But I am working on it because I'm not trying to end up on anxiety pills later, so I'll be fine. It's just I just have to get over it and calm down. But anyways, okay, so I am in this attire in this video because I wanted to talk about body image in general. Alright, so I had been super skinny for most of my life, and I think that was mainly because I was getting endless surgeries when I was younger, and so I was getting the air sucked out of me, and also I never had much of an appetite when I was younger. And due to that, people would actually think that I was seriously anorexic or bulimic, but thankfully I've never gone through that because that is those are very serious issues, and if anyone's going through that, I really hope that you one day decides to get some help, because it's not a good thing to go through, and it's very scary, and you should all try to take care of your bodies, and love yourself and love your bodies, and take care of them. So if anyone's going there, please try to get help. But yeah, so people thought that I was going through those things, and true story, I actually would have my aides sit with me during lunch because they said that my mom told them to sit with me during lunch to make sure that I ate everything on my tray. And then I ended up finding out later on that wasn't true, because my mom knew how I ate, so she knew I didn't have a problem. So that kind of annoyed me because people think I have a problem when I don't, but whatever. Okay, so yeah, so most of my life I had been super skinny, but then when I turned 12, I had to get the surgery to correct my spine because my ribs and my lungs were getting too close to each other, and they were crushing each other, and my doctor told my parents that if I didn't get the surgery, I would eventually stop breathing and die. So obviously there was no chance I had to get the surgery, and so as a result of that surgery, my stomach was pushed out and back pushed in, and the change didn't bother me much in the beginning, and maybe it was because I was still very skinny, so it and my body's never been perfect, so I just figured, okay, it's just another difference of look I have to go through and whatever. But when I got the surgery, I mostly got this asked in high school, but people would literally think that I was pregnant because I guess I looked pregnant, and I would literally have people come up to me and rub my stomach and be like, "Oh my god, are you pregnant? You look like you're 4 to 6 months pregnant. Oh my god!" And I was just like, "No, I'm not pregnant." And it didn't help that I was in adapted PE, because that's where you go if you have restrictions on what you can and can't do physically, and there was a lot of pregnant girls there, and so they thought I was pregnant too, but I've not been pregnant, and I'm not pregnant, so yeah, it was just funny. Okay, so I've been mostly skinny all my life, but then my senior year I went through what I like to call a mini depression, and I went through that because I always thought that I was gonna graduate and then get into this university and I guess live on campus and dorm there and just live the dream, and that didn't end up happening because I've always been a good student, but I've never been an excellent student. So all these universities that look for top-notch A+, 4.0s or even higher GPAs, didn't want me because I didn't have that. You know, I've always had like just like a B average. So I didn't end up getting into, you know, this amazing university that I love, which is the University of Urbana-Champaign in Illinois. So I was like really upset over that. But I almost got into this other really cool university because, you know, my GPA was a little bit more accepting for them, and they just had to keep trying. So, you know, I might, you know, end up going there later. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so, you know, I was just really upset over that, and, you know, I also thought I would, you know, be moving out of my parents' house when I was 18. Like, I always said I was going to move out when I was 18, but everyone says that, right? And, of course, I didn't. I ended up moving out because I'm still living with them today. But I was just, like, really upset, and I was, like, eating out my emotions. Like, I didn't want to, like, deal with, you know, the fact that I wasn't, you know, getting my ways, so I would, like, I guess, you know, not think about it and just eat my emotions and, you know, not cope with it. And when I started to like notice my weight gain, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, like stop here and stop here. And, you know, I said that about 500 times until I noticed that I was 116 pounds. And I know that, you know, for most people 116 pounds is like, oh, an okay weight, and it's like ideal. But let me tell you, or remind you, if you already knew, I am only 4'8", so 116 pounds is a lot for me, and it shows, okay? And my ideal weight is 90 pounds. And it kind of annoys me when, you know, people tell me, oh my god, 90 pounds is too little, like you're crazy, like that's not a good weight, that's not healthy. Okay, yes, for most people, 90 pounds at my age is not a good weight. It's like too low. But I am only 4'8", and my body is not like everyone else's, and my doctors have even told me 90 pounds is an ideal weight. So when I say 90 pounds is an ideal weight for me, trust me, I know. I'm not like, you know, I'm not trying to get into a dramatic weight. Now, if I would, you know, if I were to tell you that like I'm trying to get into like 70 pounds, then yes, you all can slap me, because that is not an ideal weight for me, and that's too low for me. But when I tell you 90 pounds is ideal for me, trust me, 90 pounds is ideal for me. It's not a scary weight. It's a perfect weight. And, you know, it's just, it depends on, you know, your situation and your body and, of course, your height. So 90 pounds is fine for me. So, yeah, so when I got to 116 pounds, I knew something had to change. And I actually had, like, a moment when I knew it had to change, because my mom and I went to go buy a dress for my graduation of high school. And we picked up this dress, and you know, I went into the stall, and I you know, I was, you know, just, you know, in the stall all natural, because I was about to try, you know, this dress, and I saw my body, and I was just like, I don't know, like I had seen my body before, but I guess I saw it, I saw the whole thing, and I was not content, because, you know, some people, you know, just gain weight in their stomach, and oh no, not me. I gained weight. When I gained weight everywhere. Like, my face was fuller, my arms, my stomach, my legs. I mean, the legs were okay because, you know, I had like really nice, like, looking legs. But everything else, it was not cute. Like, oh my god. And like, I just had like almost like a breakdown, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is not my ideal body. Like, I don't like this body for me. And then I tried on the dress, and the dress, it looked like it was just like there. I mean, like, it didn't even look cute on me, and I was just like, oh no, something has got to change. This is not my ideal, you know, look. Now, I'm not trying to say that there's anything wrong with, you know, having, you know, extra curves, and there's also like nothing wrong with being like super skinny, if that is like, you know, the body that's kind of meant for you. Because, you know, some people are, you know, meant to be naturally really skinny, or naturally, you know, have more curves. And, you know, as long as, you know, that's the body you're meant to be in, like, that's okay, you know, you rock it. And, you know, people can look good in, like, all shapes and sizes. It's just, you know, for me, being too skinny and being, you know, too curvy was not good for me. Because even when I was, like, super skinny, I was, like, I'm too skinny, like I had no boobs, and I new booty. It was just, it was not a good weight for me. So I didn't like being either too skinny or, you know, having extra curves. So yeah, so you know, once I realized that I, you know, really didn't like my you know, new weight, I knew I had to do something about it. So I started eating less junk food and more vegetables. Now, I still eat, you know, everything. Like, I will still eat, you know, burgers and fries and pizza and chocolate and candy. Like, I can't quit it, okay? I'm not the kind of person who's gonna go on this side where I'm gonna quit, you know, this junk food, because I'm not. But I do eat less of it now. Like, I've learned to control my portions, and I've learned to eat more healthy things. Like, you know, I eat more vegetables and fruits. Thank God I like vegetables now, because the struggle would have been real if I had tried this when I was a kid, because, you know, kids and veggies don't always get along. But yeah, so I started, you know, eating healthier, and I wish I could tell you that I also started exercising, but I didn't, and I still am trying to work on that. If you've seen, I'm always complaining that I need a personal trainer to motivate me, and I know I should motivate myself, but it's kind of, for me, I kind of like it when someone motivates me in a positive way, because if you like, because if I get someone to like do it rudely, I don't cope well with like rude motivation, like you yelling at me, like a boot camp kind of person. Like, no, I black out, and I just, no, I don't like that kind of training. So, but I mean, whatever works for you. If you do well with someone who's like gonna be rude to you, then you go for it. But yeah, so I am trying to get a personal trainer, but I guess I have to get a job first to pay him or her. Unless someone wants to do it for free and be my personal trainer and come to my house every day. But yeah, I am gonna try to, you know, walk more now. And I also have some aerobics that my former therapist gave me to do in my wheelchair. Like, they're like wheelchair aerobics. So I need to get on that. It's just like, I gotta motivate myself. I gotta take a bit of my own advice. But yeah, so, you know, when I started, you know, losing the weight, I started, you know, getting more confidence about myself, and, you know, just, I started being happier. So, you know, I'm glad I, you know, decided to make a change, because I was not happy and I was not feeling myself at all. And talking about not, you know, feeling yourself. So when I was like around 15, and this was when I was allowed to date, because, you know, if you're Mexican, you're like allowed to date when you're 15 usually, you know, because if you have like old style Mexican parents like me. So yeah, so you know, I would like, before I would not like to show you know, my stomach or, you know, my braces. I don't know if you guys can see them all, but yeah, like I was not gonna show, you know, all this stuff I have going on here. And if someone that I, you know, didn't know me would, like, I guess message me and, you know, hit on me, I would not bring up my disability at all. Like, it did not exist. I was not dealing with it. No. And, you know, in my mind, I was like, if I don't bring up my chair, if they don't see my crutches, if they don't see, you know, all this other stuff, then they'll just get to know me for the real me, and they won't, I guess, be I guess my chair, my crutches won't, I guess, make them go away from me. But one day I woke up and I was like, well, you're not showing them the real you either, because, you know, I was lying about, I guess, my disability not existing. Like, through conversations that I would have with these people, I was lying that I lived in a world where, you know, my disability didn't exist. Now, I always say this, yes, I have a disability, and yes, it is a part of me, but it's not all of me. Like, it's just a part of me. So if people are just not gonna get to know me because of that, then it's shallow, because it's not, you know, it's not all I'm about. It's a big part of me, yes, and it's a major part of me, and I do embrace it a lot now, and, you know, talk about it a lot now, but it's not my only thing. Like I have a lot of other things that, you know, define me, and, you know, I'm about besides my disability and, you know, everything I go through because of it. But yeah, so it got to my head one day that I had to stop, you know, pretending to be something I'm not and embrace myself more. So I, you know, finally got comfortable, you know, taking pictures in my chair and in my crutches and eventually showing my stomach how it is and my leg braces. And it's kind of the reason why I started doing all these videos, because I wanted to show that if I can overcome my insecurities, and I'm still overcoming them because it is hard, you know, it's like I still sometimes get frustrated and I find myself comparing myself to like my cousins or, you know, the girlfriends of my uncles, because my uncles have hot girlfriends, let me tell you. Y'all are good looking. But it's just like, you know, and my aunts, you know, I was comparing myself to like all these, you know, amazing girls and females, women in my family, and I found myself compare myself to my friends, and you know, I was like, oh my gosh, if I had her boobs, if I had her butt, if I had her flat stomach, if I had this, if I had that. But I am learning to not do that, because that's their bodies and that's what they have, and I have to rock what I have and learn to accept and love myself the way I am. And I'm still learning to do that, you know, just because like I embrace it now. Trust me, I still have days where I'm just like, oh, I hate this body I'm in, like it's not cute. But I'm learning to, you know, get over it and just accept it, because I don't want to hate myself anymore. And sorry, and it makes me feel really good when like girls and guys tell me, oh, you know, because of you, you know, I'm okay with my stomach now and my, I guess, my braces and my chair, and it's just it motivates me to keep embracing it. And that's why I pretend, you know, to be or not pretend, or where like I'm like want to be model now, because I've actually wanted to be a real model for quite some time now, because I've learned of these like agencies that sorry, I blinked out. I've learned of these agencies that work with people with disabilities and, you know, to model, and I'm actually really gonna start looking into it seriously once I guess get done with a few things that I'm going through right now behind the scenes. I know that I'm always like talking about like things that are going on behind the scenes and I can't talk about them, but they are really happening, kind of. It's just I can't talk about them, and I'm not trying to sound like some celebrity, but I really can't talk about it yet because I don't know in what direction that everything's gonna go yet. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is you have to love yourself the way you are, and, you know, try to work on it and not try to compare yourself to everybody else, because you are only you, and you have to be the best you can be. And I promise you this: if you love yourself and you know, show that you're okay with yourself, you're trying to be okay with yourself, and you're trying to work on yourself, I guarantee other people will, you know, see that. And if the only way to expect other people to love you is if you love yourself. So if you show that, you know, you love yourself and you love your body and just everything you have, I guarantee you people will, you know, do the same. And I guess I'll end it with that. Alright, so thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Sorry I got a little emotional there, but yeah, like I said, this is a very important topic for me. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.